you are watching this video, so I am sure you are excited to see what exactly are we going to build today. We are going to build a beautiful landing page of burger website using Tailwind CSS. Keep in mind, this website does not have to be just about burger website. You can convert it into any other high-end business. In this video, you will learn how to make different sections for your website, like hero section, category and promo section, about us section, menu section, review section, contact and footer section. We will show you how to design them in a way that looks great and makes sense. This video will show you how to create a light mode and a dark mode for a website. This means users can choose between a light and dark background. It's helpful for those who prefer a darker screen at night. The tutorial will teach you how to add this feature to your website so users can switch between the two modes easily. Also, in this video tutorial, you will learn how to create two important features for a website: an active link and a scroll up button. The active link is a visual cue that highlights the current page or section of the website being viewed, making it easier for users to navigate and understand where they are on the site. The scroll up button is a handy feature that allows users to quickly and easily return to the top of the page without having to manually scroll. This is looking great and it is completely mobile responsive. It's going to work for tablet devices as well as the mobile devices, and it's going to look great on all of them, which means that it can adjust its layout and content to fit the screen size of the user's device. This feature is important as more and more people are accessing websites through their mobile devices. A mobile responsive website ensures that users can access and navigate the site easily without having to zoom in or scroll excessively. This website works well on all devices, so users can enjoy the content no matter what device they are using. Finally, our website will be deployed to Netlify. Once we deploy our website to Netlify, we will get a URL. This URL can be easily shared with friends and others, so they can visit and explore our website online. So let's dive straight into the video. Okay, first we need code editor. I am going to use Visual Studio Code Editor or VS Code Editor. You can use whatever you want. To get started with our burger website, we are going to start as we always do by creating a new empty folder on our desktop called burger website. Once you create it, you can drag and drop it to your empty Visual Studio Code window inside of here. Now open up a new tab and go to the tailwindcss.com website and click on this docs button. As you can see, to install Tailwind CSS, you are gonna need some steps here. But don't worry, it's really easy. Firstly, we are gonna install Tailwind CSS. So open up terminal. First thing we want to do is type npm init-y. Hit enter, so that will initialize a package.json file. So you should see that here. By the way, if you don't have Node.js in your computer, make sure that you install that first. Otherwise, you would not be able to install any library using npm. So you can download it from here and install it. To verify whether you have installed Node.js or not, you can check by typing node-v. I am currently using this version. Your version may be different from mine, so don't worry about that. Now we are going to install Tailwind as a dev dependency. So let's copy this command and paste it right here. Hit enter. Next, we want to run this npx tailwind css init, which create a config file like this one. So let's copy this command line and paste it here. Hit enter. And you should get a tailwind.config.js file up here, and it's going to look like this by default. And here you can add like any custom colors or whatever any customization you want. Next, I am going to copy all of this by clicking this icon and paste it right here. Now save it and close it up. If we look down here, it's saying to create a source folder and then input.css file. So let's do that. Back to our code. In this directory, let's have a new folder called source, and inside it, let's have a new file called input.css. Okay, then I want to add these 3 lines, so let's copy these lines and paste it right here. Now we have the base, the components and the utilities. Save it and close it up. I will scroll down. Now it's telling us to run npx tailwind css-i, which is short for input file, and then the input file ./source/input.css, which we just created, and then -o, that means the output, and the output will be ./dist/output.css, and then --watch. So let's copy this command. Back to our code. Let's go into the package.json file, and I want to add that command line in here. Let's change this test to watch. Now save it. And finally, it's telling us to create index.html file. So let's copy this index.html file by clicking this icon. First, we have to create that file. So in here, let's say index.html and paste it right here. Now save it. Now we have to run this command line. So let's type npm run watch. Hit enter. And you should see up here dist folder and then output.css file with all of our Tailwind stuff. Now we need to install an extension to run our HTML file. So open up extension panel by clicking this icon and search for live server. Here is the extension I am talking. I have already installed it. If you don't have it, just install it and close it up. Now right click and choose open with live server. And you can see hello world text, which is bold and underlined, that exactly we specified here. Now I want to add a couple of things that we are going to be using. First of all, I am going to add image folder inside this source folder. As you can see, I have already added some images to the image folder that we will be using. Next, we want to add assets folder inside this directory. Inside this assets folder, we have the starting HTML and JS file. So let's copy this starting HTML file and paste it right here. First, I want to add fab icon. So let's say link:fab. Now hit enter. And the href value will be image/fabicon.png. Now save it, and you can see the fab icon and the title. Next, we want to add font awesome link. Open up a new tab and go to cdnjs.com website and search for font awesome. Here is the font awesome. Click on it and you can copy this link by clicking this icon and paste it right here. Next we need to add remix icon. Again open up a new tab and go to the remixicon.com website. Click on this GitHub icon. I will scroll down. Let's copy this CDN link by clicking this icon and paste it right here. Now the question is, how can we collect the icons? Well, let's go to the Remix Icon website and search for, let's say, menu. As you can see our menu icons. Let's say I want to choose this one. So I can simply click on it and we can copy the I tag by clicking this icon. I can paste it wherever I want. Let's say I want to add right here. Now save it and you can see the icon. Similarly, let's go into the Font Awesome website and click on this search icon and let's search for droplet. Click on this free icon. Let's say I want to choose this one. So click on it and then you can copy code from here. Let's paste it here. Now save it and you can see the droplet icon right here. So that way you collected the icons. I have already collected the icons that we will be using in this project. I will put a link in the description below so that you can easily access this file. Now I want to show you how Tailwind works. For example, I want to create a navbar. So let's get rid this icon and here let's have a header tag. Inside it, let's have a nav tag. Inside this nav tag, let's have an anchor tag. Inside this anchor tag, let's say home. Let's duplicate this anchor tag. In here, let's say about. Now, if we want to create using only CSS, then we need to add here a class name like class equal to header. Also, in here, let's say class equal to navbar. Now we need to add CSS property. So save it. Let's go into the input.css file and here let's target header class. Background color will be blue. Width will be 100%. Position will be fixed. Top 0 and left 0. Below that, let's target navbar. Maximum width will be 1024 pixel. Background color, let's say hashtag 0F004A. Below that, margin auto. Height will be 56 pixel. Color white. Display flex. Justify content center. Align item center and finally gap will be 20 pixel. Now save it. Back in the browser. Now here is our navbar. Now the question is, how can we add CSS property in Tailwind CSS? Back to our code. Let's copy this background color. Back in the browser. Let's go to the Tailwind CSS website and search for background color. And you will find the corresponding property. Simply click on it. As you can see, on the left side are the utility classes of Tailwind CSS and on the right side are the corresponding CSS details. So they start with BG, which is short for background, and then the color. Or you can go to the tailwindcomponents.com/cheatsheet and search for background color. You will find the corresponding property right here. Click on it and you will see the utility classes of background color. So you can just copy from here or here. Similarly, you can search for width. Let's say width and then click on it and you can see all the Tailwind CSS property on the left side and the corresponding CSS property on the right side. And that way you can easily learn Tailwind CSS property. Now let's test this out. For the header tag, we have to add background color, width, position and more. First of all, in Tailwind CSS, let's remove this class name, and in here let's say bg dash, and you will see all the Tailwind properties because I have installed an extension called Tailwind CSS Intelligence. So let's go into the extension panel and search for Tailwind. Here is the extension I am talking, Tailwind CSS Intelligence. Just install it and close it up. So in here we can set the background color to bg dash blue dash 700. Now save the changes, back in the browser, and you can see our background color is blue. Let's change it blue to red, save it, and then you can see our background color is red. However, if Tailwind CSS does not provide the exact color we are looking for, we can add our custom color. To achieve that, let's go into the tailwind.config.js file, and inside this theme object and inside this extend property, add a new property for your custom color. So in here, let's say colors colon curly brackets, let's say primary color colon hashtag 010A5E. Of course, you can name the color whatever you prefer, like my color or my fave color or whatever you want. But in this case, I will choose primary color. Now save it. Let's go into the index.html file. Delete this red color, and in here let's say primary color. Now save it, and you can see our primary color. Very nice. I am going to add some colors inside our colors property that we are going to be using in this project. So as you can see, I have added some colors that we are going to be using. Now save it. Let's go into the index.html file. Now we can add more CSS. So in here I want to add position fixed. So in Tailwind CSS we can write just fixed. Top will be 0 and left will be 0. Width will be 100%. So we can write w dash full. I want to add z index, so z dash 50. Now save it. Nothing is changing, that means it's working perfectly. Back to our code. Let's go into the input.css file. For the Navbar class, we need to add maximum width, background color, margin, height and more properties. So let's try this out. We don't need this Navbar class anymore, so remove it. In here I want to add container. Container is a Tailwind utility class. Now save it. It's broken, but container does not automatically put in the middle position. Okay, let me show you what I mean. Temporarily I am going to give this a background color. Let's say bg-red-700. And let's say maximum width 5 pixel. Now save it. Alright, so you can see that it's not in the middle position. So we have to do that ourselves. So I want to add margin horizontally by writing mx-auto. mx-auto is going to be on the x-axis. So it's a margin on the left and right. Now if I save that, it's going to be put our container in the middle. And you will see that the container is in the middle position. Additionally, we can add some padding to the container by using p-6. Save it. This will provide some spacing around the content. However, there is another way to center our container. We can modify our Tailwind configuration file. So let's go into the tailwind.config.js file, and below this extend properties I will add a new property called container (curly brackets). In here let's say center true. Also I can add some padding. By default that will be on rem, and for the small screen and up padding will be 1.5 rem. Now save it. We will remove the previous class name in the HTML file. So let's remove mx auto and padding. Now save it. Still you can see the container is in the middle position. One more thing I want to show you, that responsive design. Tailwind CSS follows a mobile first approach when it comes to breakpoint. That means any utility class you will add initially apply to mobile device, and then you can use breakpoint system. So the question is, how can we add a breakpoint? Okay, let me show you what I mean. Let's move our screen. For example, let's say we want to set the background color to blue for the medium size screen. So what can we do is write md : which is short for medium screen, and then color. So let's say bg-blue-700. Now save it. Now if I resize our screen to a medium size viewport, you will see that the background color turns blue, because this is our breakpoint. Similarly, we can add styles for large screen by writing lg:-bg-green-700. Also we can increase our font size by writing lg:-text-4xl. Now save it. Let's move our screen, and there you go. You will notice that the background color becomes green and font size increase on the large screen. However, we have the flexibility to customize and create a new breakpoint width as needed. To achieve that, let's go into the tailwind.config.js file, and inside this theme object up here, let's say screens, give it here a comma, sm : which is short for small screen, will be 480 pixel. For medium screen, width will be 768 pixel, and for the large screen, width will be 1024 pixel. Now save it. Okay, let me look at the reference design. I set them side by side. Basically, it consists of a logo on the left side and some navigation links along with a theme changing button on the right side. When we resize the screen, you will notice that on a smaller screen, the navigation items will be hidden. Instead, you will see the hamburger icon. And if I click on this hamburger icon, you will see the close icon and reveal the navigation items. So let's focus on it. First, we will focus on mobile screen. So let's get rid this entire nav tag. And inside this header tag, let's have a new nav tag. Inside it, now I am going to create two divs. First one for the left side logo, and the second one is for the right side navigation links. In the left side, we have the logo. So I am gonna create an anchor tag. Inside it, let's say bar and then span tag. In here, let's say gar. Below that, and inside this div, I am going to add an UL tag. Inside it, let's have a list item, and finally inside it, let's have an anchor tag. Href will be #home, that means home section, and in here let's say home. Let's have a link for the about us, menu, review, and finally for the contact. We have also a close button, so let's add that. Below that UL tag, let's have a new div. Inside it I am going to add close icon. So let's go into the assets folder and then icon.txt file. Let's copy this icon, that means I tag, and paste it right here. Now I want to add this moon icon and the hamburger icon. I will scroll down and below this div and before the nav tag, let's have a new div. Inside it, let's add the moon icon. So let's go into the icon text file and copy this moon icon and paste it right here. Below that, let's have a new div. Inside it, I want to add hamburger icon. So let's copy this hamburger icon and paste it right here. Now save it and you can see our raw content. Let's add some style. First I am going to add the text color and the background color. So I am going to add text color and background color inside body tag. So let's go into the input.css file. We don't need this Navbar class and the header class. So I am going to remove them, and in here let's say layer curly brackets and then body curly bracket. Now you can here use, if you write here color equal to white, now save it, it will work. However, if you include apply like this, you will be able to utilize Tailwind utility classes. So inside this body element, I am going to add utility class of Tailwind. So let's say text dash white color, and this white color is coming from here. And don't forget to add semicolon. Now save it. Nothing is changing, that means it's working. Let's say I want to add background color. So let's say bg dash primary color. Now save it. You can see our background color. I want to add letter spacing. So let's say tracking wider. Save it and you can see the letter spacing. Let's go into the index.html file. I will scroll up. First we will focus on the mobile screen. So let's target this nav tag. Give it a class equal to container. Position will be relative. I want to add some height with age 14. Display will be flex. Justify content will be space between. Align items will be center. So let's say items center. Save it. Now let's focus on this burger logo. So in here let's say class equal to, I want to add font size with text to Excel. Text transfer will be uppercase. Give it here a class name equal to, text color will be secondary. Now save it. It's looking nice. Now I want to add our font family. So open up a new tab and go to the fonts.google.com website and search for DM. Here is the font I am looking for. Just click on it. I will choose 400. I will scroll down 500 and 700. I will scroll up back to the previous page. Let's search for Nunito. I will choose this one and select regular, medium, semi bold and bold. Back to the previous page again and let's search for Oswald. Click on it. I will scroll down and select regular, medium, semi bold and the bold. Now click on this icon and then select import. Let's copy this URL. Let's go into the input.css file and up at the top right here just paste it. Now save it. Let's go into the tailwind.config.js file. I will scroll down and below that container property, and inside this theme object I am going to add a new property called font family. Curly brackets. Let's say Oswald square bracket and inside it let's say Oswald comma sans serif, and then below that let's say DM sans colon square bracket. In here let's say DM sans comma sans serif. Now we can add this font. So let's save it. Now we want to add this font. So let's go into the input.css file. In here let's say font dash DM sans. Now save it and you can see our DM sans font. Let me look at the reference design. This font family is Oswald. So let's add this font. Let's go into the index.html file and in here let's say font dash Oswald. We need to remove this space. Now save it and you can see the Oswald font. Now let's focus on these menu items. So give it here a class name equal to position will be absolute, top 0, left 0, width 100%, that means width full. I want to add some padding vertically, so let's say PY 14. Give it a background color, so let's say BG primary color. I want to add border bottom, so let's say border -B, and then border color, so let's say border secondary color. Now save it. Well, let's add more CSS. Give it a class equal to display will be flex column, text center, gap 5. Save it. Now I want to target anchor tag, so let's say class equal to text color will be secondary color. I want to add hover effect. So the question is, how can we add hover effect? So to achieve that, we have to write hover, then colon, and then the text color. So let's say text dash secondary color. Now save it. Well, for now let's remove this text color. Save it again. Let's test this out. It's working perfectly. Let's copy this class name and paste it for the every single item. Now save it. Let's test this out and it's working perfectly. Also we can add some transitions. So in here let's say is in and then duration will be 200. Now save it. Let's test this out. Now it's looking good. Now let's focus on this close icon. I will scroll down. Give it here a class name equal to position will be absolute, top dash square bracket 0.7 RAM, right 4. I want to add increase font size with text dash 2XL. Cursor will be pointer. Now save it. Now it's looking nice. For now we want to hide this navigation bar. So to achieve that, I will scroll up and let's target this div and in here let's say hidden. That means display will be hidden. Now save it. Now let's focus on this moon icon and the hamburger icon. I will scroll down. Give it here a class name equal to display will be flex, item center and gap 5. Now save it. In here let's say cursor pointer. I want to add margin left, so let's say ml-4 and then I want to add icon size, so let's say text-XL. Let's copy those class names and paste it right here. We don't need this property, so let's remove it and save it. Now it's looking very nice. Let me look at the reference design. As you can see, when I click on this hamburger icon, it opens the navigation bar and you can see a close icon and the navigation items. And if I click on this close icon, it closes the navigation bar. Additionally, if I click on any nav item like that, as you can see, it also closes the navigation bar. So how can we make that happen? Well, to achieve that, we need to use JavaScript. To achieve that, first I want to target this hamburger icon. To target the hamburger icon, in here I am going to add an ID equal to hamburger. Now save it. I will scroll up. First we have to understand how it works. Now right here, if I remove this hidden utility class, now save it, you will see the navigation bar. Now if I add the hidden utility class, now save it, you would not see the navigation bar. So basically we have to do is, we need to add JavaScript function so that when I click on this hamburger icon, we want to remove this hidden like this so that you can see the navigation bar. And if I click on this close icon, we want to add the hidden property. So let's do that. I will scroll down, and in here I want to add script tag, and the source will be main.js. Save it. Let's create main.js file inside our source folder. So let's say main.js. First I want to target this hamburger icon. So in here let's say constant hamburger equal to document.getElement by id, and then hamburger, which is coming from here. Below that, let's say hamburger.addEventListener, and the event will be click and then arrow function. Now we have to target this div, so give it here an id equal to, let's say nav-menu. Now save it. Let's go into the main.js file, and below that hamburger variable, let's say constant nav-menu equal to document.getElement by id, and then nav-menu. In here let's say nav-menu.classList, and then I want to remove hidden class. Now save it. Let's test this out, and it's working. Next we want to close this navigation bar by clicking this close icon. So first I want to target this close icon. So let's go into the index.html file. I will scroll down, and in here let's say id equal to nav-close. Now save it. Let's go into the main.js file. In here let's say constant close icon equal to document.getElement by id, and then nav-close. Below that let's say close icon dot add event listener, and the event will be click arrow function. Let's copy this line and paste it right here. In this case I want to add hidden class. Let's save it. Let's test this out, and it's working perfectly. Again we want to do same thing, which is to add the hidden class to every single nav item. To achieve that, we need to add the same class name to every single list item in order to target them. Okay, let me show you what I mean. Let's go into the index.html file. I will scroll up, and in here I want to add a class name called nav__link. Let's copy this class name and paste it for the other links. Now save it. Let's go into the main.js file, and below that I want to target the list item. So let's say constant nav-link equal to document dot, in this case we have to target query selector wall, and then the class name. So make sure you add dot and then the class name. Below that let's say nav-link dot. Here I want to target them individually by applying for each, and then we will get each individual link arrow function, and then let's copy this function and paste it right here. Let's change close icon to link, which is coming from here. Now save it. Let's test this out, and it's working perfectly. Let me look at the reference design. Now we can focus on our medium screen. On our medium screen, we want the navigation link to see it on the same line. Also, you cannot see the hamburger icon. So how can we make that happen? Well, back to our code. Let's go into the index.html file. I will scroll up. Below this burger icon div, right here, I want to target medium screen and up by writing md:, and then I want to add display, and that will be block. position will be static. I want to add remove padding vertically, so let's say py 0. I want to remove border, so let's say border none. Width will be auto and margin left will be auto. Now save it. We want the navigation link to see it on the same line. So in here let's say md colon flex dash row. Save it. We want to hide this hamburger icon and close icon. So I will scroll down. In here let's say md colon hidden. And finally give it here a class name equal to md colon hidden. Now save it. Now it's looking very nice. One thing I noticed that the Oswald font is not working. So let's check this out. Let's go into the tailwind.config.js file, and in here that should be Oswald. Now save it. Again let's go into the index.html file. I will scroll up. Let's cut this font class and paste it right here. Now save it. Now it's looking nice, and in this position our navbar is complete. Let me look at the reference design. Now we can focus on our hero section. Essentially it contains a beautiful burger image on the top, and then we have the title, paragraph, some icons with label, and the learn more button. So let's write the HTML for that. Now below this header tag and inside this main tag right here, let's have a section tag with ID of home. Inside it let's have a div, and inside it let's have one more div for the burger image, and finally inside it let's have an image tag. Source will be ./image/home-image.png, and the world will be home image. Below this div let's have one more div. Inside it let's have an h1 tag. I am going to copy this title and paste it right here. Below that let's have an empty div because of this separator. Below that let's have a paragraph tag. I will scroll down. Let's copy this paragraph and paste it right here. Below that paragraph tag let's have a div. Inside it let's have one more div. Inside it I am going to import the icon. So let's go into the icon txt file. Let's copy this icon tag and paste it right here. Below that let's have a break tag, and that should be self-closing tag, and below that let's say delicious. Let's duplicate this div. So I'm going to copy the entire div and paste it below 2 more times. Let's go into the icon.txt file. Let's copy this icon and paste it here. Let's change this text to fresh. Again let's go to the icon.txt file. Let's copy this icon and paste it right here, and the delicious should be organic. I will scroll down. Finally we need to add button tag. So below this div let's have an anchor tag. href will be hashtag, and in here let's say learn more. Now save the changes, and you can see our raw content. Let's add some style. I will scroll up. First let's target this div. Give it a class equal to container. Display will be flex column, items center, gap 10. Save it. Let's target this div. Give it a class equal to, I want to add margin horizontally, so let's say mx auto. Now I want to target this image tag. Give it a class equal to, I want to add some width with W60. Now save it. Now I want to add some padding to the top and bottom of every section. So to do that, let's go into the input.css file, and below this body tag element, I want to add section tag. In here, let's say apply. First I want to add padding top, so PT16, and padding bottom, so PB4, and on the medium screen and up, padding top will be PT20. Now save it, and you can see some padding to the top and the bottom. Nice. Let's go into the index.html file. Next I am to target this div, so give it a class equal to text align will be center. Save it. Let me look at the reference design. Since we will be using almost same title in many areas on this website, like this one, this one, this one, and more, let's create a reusable class for it. So let's go into the input.css file. In here, let's say base, and below that, let's say layer utilities curly brackets. Let's say home underscore underscore title curly brackets, and then apply. I want to increase font size, so let's say text 4XL, font Oswald, font bold, text transform uppercase, and for the large screen and up, text will be 6XL. Now save it. Now we can use this class name. So let's copy this class name. Let's go into the index.html file. Give it here a class equal to home underscore underscore title. Now save it. Now our title is looking good. Similarly, I want to create a reusable separator. So give it a class equal to, let's say, separator. Let's copy this separator class and paste it below. Let's say apply. I want to add some width, so let's say W-28. I want to add some height, H dash square bracket, and then inside it, let's say 2 pixel. Give it a background color, so let's say BG dash secondary color. Finally, I want to add margin vertically, so let's say MY-5. Now save it. Let's go into the index.html file, and in here I want to add margin horizontally, so let's say MX auto. Now save it. Nice. Let's focus on our paragraph. Give it here a class equal to, let's say, paragraph. Let's copy this paragraph class. Let's go into the input.css file. I'll scroll down, and below that separator class, let's say dot paragraph curly brackets, and then apply. I want to add color, so let's say text dash paragraph color, text extra small. Give it a line height, so let's say a leading dash 5. Now save it. Okay, let's go into the index.html file. Also save it here. Now it's working. Let's focus on this area. Give it a class equal to text will be base, display will be flex, item center, justify center, gap 4, py10. Now save it. Below that div, give it a class equal to text will be center, and in here let's say text secondary color and text 4XL. Now save it. I will scroll down. Let's copy this class and paste it here and here. Let's copy these classes and paste it right here and here. Now save it. Finally, we want to focus our button, so I'll scroll down. we want to create a button component. So in here let's say class equal to btn space btn primary. Now save it. Let's go into the input.css file, and above that utilities, let's say layer components curly brackets. Let's target the btn class. In here let's say apply, display will be inline block, text is small. I want to add padding vertically and horizontally. Text transform capitalize, text align will be center, cursor will be pointer. I want to add border radius with rounded medium, and finally I want to add transition. So let's say is linear and duration will be 200 and then semicolon. Below that btn class, let's target btn primary class. Let's say apply, I want to add text color. So let's say text black color, background color will be secondary color, and I want to add some hover effect. So let's say hover colon opacity 75. Now save it. Now it's looking very nice on our mobile device, and hover effect also working. So on our mobile screen is looking very nice. Now we can focus on our medium screen and large screen. Let me look at the reference design. On our medium screen and up, we want to seat them side by side. So let's go into the index.html file. I will scroll up. First, let's target this div. For medium screen and up, flex direction will be row. Let's say md colon, I want to add flex basis. So let's say basis dash 50%. And for the large screen and up, flex basis will be 40%. So let's say 2/5. I want to increase image size. So let's say md colon, width will be 100%. So let's say width full. Save it. It's not looking good. So let's add more CSS. In here I want to add flex basis. So let's say md colon, basis will be 50% and text start. Also for the large screen and up, basis will be 60%. So let's say 3/5. In here let's say md colon mx dash 0. I will scroll down, and below that paragraph div, let's say md colon justify content will be start, and then gap will be 20. Now save it. Now it's looking very nice. Let me look at the reference design. As you can see, the animation makes the burger move up and down infinitely. So let's create the animation. To achieve that, let's go into the tailwind.config.js file. I will scroll up, and inside this extend object and just below that colors, I want to add a new property called keyframes curly brackets. Inside it, let's say move colon curly brackets. At the 50%, transform will be translate y -1 rem. Below that keyframe, let's have a new property called animation curly brackets. I want to add animation called moving y. In here let's say move 2 second linear and then infinite. Now we can use this animation name. So let's copy this animation name. Let's go into the index.html file. I will scroll up. In this image div, I want to add animation. So let's say animation dash and then the animation name moving y. That should be animate. Now save it, and it's working perfectly. So in this position, Our home section is complete. Now we can focus on this category section. So let's have a section tag with the ID of category. Inside it, let's have a div. Inside that div, let's say card 1. Below that, let's have a div. Inside it, let's have one more div, and then inside it, let's have a image tag. Source will be image/burger1. Alt will be category image. Below that div, let's have one more div. Inside it, let's have a div, and then inside that div, let's have an h4 tag. In here, let's say food. Below that h4 tag, let's have a paragraph tag. Let's copy this paragraph and paste it right here. And below that div, let's have an anchor tag. Href will be hashtag. In here, let's say buy online. Now save it. I will scroll down and you can see our raw content. Let's add some style. First, I want to target this div. Give it a class equal to container. Display will be flex direction column, gap 5. Now save it. Below that div, give it a class name equal to background color will be secondary color. So let's say bg-secondary color. Display will be flex. I want to add some padding vertically, and then border radius. So let's say rounded-lg. Overflow will be hidden. Save it. Next, I want to target this div. So give it a class equal to, I want to add flex basis. So let's say basis-1/3. Position will be relative. Then let's target image tag. So in here, let's say class equal to position will be absolute. I want to add some width. So let's say w-28. I want to add some bottom. So let's say minus bottom-4 and minus left-4. Save it. We can't see the image, so reload it and then you see the image. Sometimes it's happened. Next, let's target this div. In here, let's say class equal to, I want to add some margin bottom. So let's say mb-2. Let's target this h4 tag. Give it a class equal to, I want to add a custom class. So let's say card__title. Save it and let's copy this card title. Let's go into the input.css file. I will scroll down and inside this utilities object, I want to add home title utility classes to the card title. So in here, let's say comma dot and then paste that card title. Now save it. Okay, I want to decrease the font size. So below that, let's say dot card title curly brackets apply text-xl. Now save it. Now it's looking nice. Let's go into the index.html file. Let's target this paragraph. Give it a class equal to text-extra small. Save it. Finally, I want to target this anchor tag. So let's say class equal to text color will be black color and cursor will be pointer. Now save it. Now our category card is looking good. Now I want to create 2 more cards. So let's copy this entire div and paste it below. In here, let's say card 2. This card will have a red background color. So in here, let's say bg-red color. And then I want to change the image. So source will be image/snack1. Again, let's copy this entire div and paste it below. This card will have a green background color. So in here, let's say bg-green color. and I want to change the image. So the source will be image slash beverage2.png. Now save it. Let me look at the actual design. It's looking very nice, but we want to change the link color. That should be card 3, and in here let's say text dash secondary color. Also in here let's say text dash secondary color. Now save it. It's looking great. Now we can focus on the medium screen and up. Keep in mind we want it as a row on the medium screen and up, just like that. So I will scroll up, and in here let's say MD colon flex direction will be flex row. Now save it. Let's target this first card. In here let's say MD colon flex dash 1. Let's copy this utility class and paste it for the second card and for the third card. Now save it. Now it's looking very nice on the medium screen and up. Also on the mobile screen. In this position, our category section is complete. Let me look at the reference design. Now we can focus on the promo section. Basically, we have two cards, each with an image and then a subtitle, title, description, and a buy online link. So let's write the HTML for that. Let's have a section tag with the ID of promo. Inside it let's have a div, and inside it let's say card 1. Below that let's have a div. Inside it let's have an image tag, and the source will be image slash promo1.png, and alt will be promo image. Below that let's have a div. Inside it let's have a paragraph tag. Let's copy this subtitle and paste it here. Below that let's have an h3 tag. Let's copy this title and paste it here. Below that let's have one more paragraph tag. Let's copy this description and paste it here. Below that paragraph tag let's have an anchor tag. href will be hashtag, and in here let's say buy online. Now save it. You can see our raw content. Let's add some style. First I want to target this div, so give it a class equal to container. Display will be flex column and gap 5. Save it. Give it a class equal to, I want to add background color with bg-primary color light. Display will be flex direction column. I want to add some padding and border radius. Save it. You can see the background color, padding and border radius. Now I will target this image, so give it a class equal to, I want to add some width, mx auto. Save it. Now let's focus on this area. So let's target this div, give it a class equal to, I want to add some space horizontally, so let's say space -y-2 pt5. Save it. In here let's say class equal to text extra small, and text color will be secondary color. I will target this h3 tag, give it a class equal to, in here I will add a custom CSS called card --title, which we have already created inside our input.css file. So save it. Next let's target this paragraph, so give it here a class equal to paragraph. And finally I want to target this anchor tag, so let's say class equal to text will be extra small and text color will be secondary color. Now save it. And finally it's looking very nice. Now I want to create one more card, so let's copy this entire div and paste it below. In here let's say card 2 and the image will be promo-2. Now save it. I will scroll down and you can see our second card. Let me look at the reference design. As you can see, when I hover, the animation makes the burger move up and down infinitely. So let's add the animation. We already created the animation inside our tailwind.config.js file in here. So let's add the animation. I am going to target the first image and in here let's say hover : animate dash moving y. Now save it. Let's test this out and it's working. Let's copy this hover effect and paste it here. Save it. Let's test this out and you can see the hover effect. Next we can focus on our medium screen and up. First I am going to target this div. So on the large screen and up, gap will be gap-10 and flex direction will be row. Save it. Nice. Next let's target this card number 1. On the medium screen, flex direction will be flex row, item center, and on the large screen and up, flex direction will be flex row reverse and flex 1. Let's copy those properties and paste it for the second card. Let's target this image. On the medium screen and up, I want to add margin horizontally. So let's say mx-5. Let's copy that utility class and paste it right here. Now I want to target this div. Let's say md:/pt-0. Let's copy it and paste it right here. Now save the changes and as you can see, it's look very nice all on screen. And in this position our promo section is complete. Now let's focus on this about us section. Essentially it contains an image and after that some content. So first let's write the HTML for that. So below that promo section, let's have a section tag with the ID of about. Inside it let's have a div and inside it let's have one more div and inside that div let's have an image tag. Source will be image/about.jpg. Alt will be about image. Below that div let's have a div. Inside it I am going to create an h2 tag, a div with the class name of separator, a paragraph tag, an unordered list, and inside that unordered list I am going to create 4 list items. And finally inside this div I want to add an anchor tag. Hit enter. Let's copy this title and paste it here. Let's copy this paragraph and paste it here. Copy this text and paste it here. Copy this text and paste it here again. And finally health protocol, and in here let's say about us. You can see the check icon, so we have to add inside this list item. So let's go to the icon.txt file. I am going to copy this icon and paste it inside the list items. Now save it. I will scroll down and you can see our raw content. Let's focus on our actual design. I will scroll up. First let's target this div. Give it a class equal to container. Display will be flex direction column, gap 10. Save it. Let's target this div. Give it a class equal to flex 1. Let's copy this class and paste it here. Now save it. I will target this image. Let's say class equal to, I want to add border radius, so let's say rounded LG. Save it. Next, let's target this h2 tag. Give it a class equal to, I'm going to add a custom class, so let's say section underscore underscore title, and let's copy this custom class and save it. Let's go into the input.css file. I want these utility classes, so in here let's say comma dot section title. Save it. I want to decrease font size, so below that let's say dot section title curly brackets, apply text dash 3xl. Now save it. Now it's looking good. Let's go into the index.html file. Now we can focus on our paragraph. So in here give it a class equal to paragraph. Save it. Now we can target our unordered list. So in here let's say class equal to display will be grid columns 2. I want to add some padding vertically and some space vertically. Now save it. Let's target the list item. Give it a class equal to text extra small, and text color will be paragraph color, and the icon color will be secondary color. Now save it. I will scroll down. Let's copy this class of list item and paste it for the every single list item. Again let's copy this icon color and paste it for the every single check icon. Now save it. Now it's looking nice. Next we want to focus on our button. So in here let's say class equal to btn and then btn dash primary. Now save it. We don't have the space between the list and the button, so I am going to move the anchor tag below that unordered list. Now save it. Now you can see some space. Now let's focus on our medium screen. I will scroll up and in here just add md colon flex dash row. Now save it. Now it's looking good on the medium screen. So in this position our about us section is complete. Let me look at the reference design. Now we can focus on our menu section. First let's focus on this area. So below that about section, in here let's have a section tag with the ID of menu. Inside it let's have a div with the class of container. Inside it let's have one more div, and inside that div I want to create an h2 tag plus div with the class of separator plus a paragraph with the class name of paragraph, and finally one more div. Hit enter. Copy this title and paste it here. Copy this paragraph and paste it here. Inside that div let's have an unordered list, and inside that unordered list I want to create 4 list items. Hit enter. In here let's say all. This one will be food, this one will be snack, and finally this one will be beverage. Now save it. I will scroll down and you can see our content. Let's add some style. First I want to target this div, so give it a class equal to, I want to add maximum width 448 pixel. So let's say max dash w dash md. Then I am going to add margin horizontally, so let's say mx auto, and text will be center. Now save it. Now I want to target this title, so in here let's say class equal to section underscore underscore title. Save it. Also I want to center this separator, so in here let's say mx dash auto. Save it. Now let's target our tab. Let's target this UL tag, so give it a class equal to display will be flex flex wrap, justify center, gap 3, and finally I want to add padding vertically, so let's say py10. Now save it, give it here a class name equal to btn space bg dash primary color light. Now save it. Let's copy this class and paste it to the other list items. Save it. Let me look at the reference design. Notice that when the food button or snack button is clicked, it becomes active with the background color changing to secondary color and the text color changing to black. So how can we make that happen? Well, to achieve that, we need to use JavaScript. So first, I want to target this list item. To target the list items, I need to add a class to this div. So that class will be tabs_wrap. And in here, I want to add a custom class, let's say active. Now save it. Let's go into the input.css file. I will scroll down and at the very bottom right here, let's say .tabs_wrap and then ul li. First I want to add hover effect, so let's say hover, and then I want to add active class, so let's duplicate this line and in here let's say li.active curly brackets apply. I want to add background color, so let's say bg dash secondary color. Also I want to add text color, so let's say text dash black color. Now save it. Now you can see our active class and the hover effect. Now what I am going to do is I am going to add a JavaScript function. So let's go into the main.js file. I will scroll down and in here let's say constant tabs equal to document dot query selector all, because I want to target 4 list items, and in here let's say dot tabs_wrap space ul and then li. Below that I want to target them individually by applying the for each method. So let's say tabs dot for each and then tab arrow function. Now we will get each individual link. So in here let's say tab dot add event listener and the event will be click comma arrow function. Now when I will click on this list item, we want to remove the active class from every single list item. So in here let's say tabs dot for each then tab arrow function. So to remove the active class, in here let's say tab dot class list dot remove and then active class, and then add the active class where I click. So below that in here let's say tab dot class list dot add and then active class. Now save it, and as you can see it's working perfectly. Next, now let's focus on this menu list area. First I want to write HTML for that. So let's go into the index.html file, and below this div right here let's have a new div. Inside it I want to create an UL tag, and inside that UL tag let's have a list item. Hit enter. Inside this list item let's have a div. Inside that div let's have an image tag. The source will be image/burger1 and the world will be food image. Below that div let's have a new div. Inside it let's have one more div, and inside it let's have an h4 tag with the class of card__title plus a paragraph tag with the class of paragraph. Hit enter. Now let's copy this title and paste it here. Let's copy this paragraph and paste it right here. Below that div let's have a paragraph tag with the class name of text dash secondary color. Let's copy this price and paste it right here. Now save it. Now you can see our raw content. Let's add some CSS. First I am going to target this UL tag. So let's say class equal to display will be grid columns 1 gap 5. Next let's target this div. So give it a class equal to, I want to add some height, display will be grid, place item center. I want to add background color, so let's say bg-primary color light. Let's add some border radius, so rounded -3xl. I want to add some hover effect, so let's say hover : bg-secondary color. Transition will be is linear and duration will be 200. Now I am going to target this image tag, give it a class equal to, I want to add some width, so let's say w-40. Then I want to add hover effect, so let's say hover : scale -110, is linear, duration will be 200. Now save it. Let's target this div, give it a class equal to pt-5. In here let's say class, I want to add margin bottom, so let's say mb-2. Now save it. Now we can focus on the large and medium screen. First let's target this UL tag. In here let's say md : grid columns will be 2, and for large screen and up grid calls will be 4 and gap will be 12. In here let's say lg : I want to add some height, so let's say h-40. Let's target this image. In here let's say md : width 48, and for the large screen width 24. Now save it. Now it's looking very nice. Let's add 4 more food images. So in here let's say food, comment out. Now let's copy this list item and paste it below 4 more times. I will scroll up. This image source will be burger 2. This one will be burger 3. This one will be burger 4. And finally burger 5. Now save it. Now it's looking very nice on our large screen, also on our medium screen, and finally on our mobile screen. Now let's add our snack item. So below that list item, in here let's say snack, comment out. I am going to copy on list item and paste it below. Let's copy this title and paste it here. In here let's say snack1.png. Now save it. I will scroll down, and at the very bottom, as you can see our snack item, I am going to copy this list item and paste it below 5 more times. I will scroll up. This one will be snack 2, snack 3, snack 4, snack 5, and finally snack 6. Now save it. And you can see our snack items. Below that I want to add beverage items, so let's say beverage, comment out. Let's copy on item and paste it below. In here let's say beverage 1. Let's copy this title and paste it here. Let's copy this list item and paste it below 4 more times. I will scroll up, and in here source will be beverage 2, beverage 3, beverage 4, and finally beverage 5. Now save it. I will scroll down and you can see our beverage items. Very nice. Now one thing I want to show you that if I click any tab such as snack, it will filter the snack items. Similarly, if I click on this food tab, it will filter the food items. So to achieve this functionality, we need to add JavaScript again. So first I want to target all the items. So I will scroll up, and in here let's say class equal to item underscore wrap, and then I will target the food item because this is our food list. So in here let's say food. Let's copy this class and paste it below to the other list items. Again I will scroll down. Let's target these list items and paste that class, and let's change the food to snack. Again I will scroll down. Let's target these beverage list items, paste that class, and let's change it to beverage. Now save it. Now the question is, if I click on this tab, then how will I know that I have clicked on this tab? So I am going to add on more property inside our this list items called data-tabs equal to, this one will be all. Similarly, this one will be food, this one will be snack, and finally this one will be beverage. Now save it. Let's go into the main.js file, and below that right here let's say constant tab val equal to tab.get attribute data-tabs. Below that let's say console.log tab val. Now save it. So what we have done is, I will scroll up, and then let's go to the inspect tool and then console. Now if I click on any tab, that gives us the data tab value. So let's try this out. You can see food, which is coming from here. Let's change it to food ... Now save it. Let's click on it again, and you can see food ... Similarly, if you click on the snack, that gives us the data tab value, that means snack. Now what we will do is, now let's go into the main.js file. Now I want to target all item. So let's say constant all equal to document.querySelector in here let's say .item underscore wrap, which is coming from here. Again I want to target food items, so let's duplicate this line. In here let's say foods, and class will be food. Then let's duplicate 2 more times. In here let's say beverages, in here let's say beverage, and finally let's change it to snacks, and in here let's say snack. Now what we will do is, I will add if else condition. So let's say if tab val equal to food, then first I want to remove all items. So let's say all dot for each item arrow function item dot style dot display equal to none, and then I want to show only food items. So let's copy this for each method and paste it right here. This one will be foods and display will be block. else if, let's copy this one and paste it here. Else if travel will be snack, then I want to show only snack items. Similarly, else if tab val equal to beverage, then I want to show only beverage items. Else I want to show all items. Now save it. Now let's test this out. And you can see it's working perfectly. Very nice. And in this position, our menu item section is complete. Let me look at the reference design. Now we can focus on our review section. As you can see the sweeper animation. To achieve that, we will need to import the sweeper link. So open up a new tab and let's go to the sweeperjs.com website and click on this Getting Started button. I will scroll down. Let's copy this CDN. I will scroll up and paste it here. Let's copy this script tag. I will scroll down and paste it right here. Now let's write the HTML for that review section. So in here, let's have a section tag with the ID of review. Inside it, let's have a div with the class of container. Now notice that we have already done this style. Okay, let me show you what I mean. I will scroll up. The style of this area and the style of this area are the same. So what I am going to do is, let's copy this entire div and paste it inside this container div. Let's copy this title and paste it here. We don't need this div anymore, so I'm going to remove this div. Now save it. I will scroll down and it's looking nice. Below that div, let's have a new div with the class of sweeper. Inside it, let's have an UL tag with the class of sweeper-wrapper. Inside that UL tag, let's have a list item with the class name of sweeper-slide. Inside that list item, let's have a div. Inside that div, let's have a paragraph with the class name of paragraph. Hit enter. In here, let's say lorem 17. Hit enter. Below that paragraph tag, let's have a div. Inside it, let's have an image tag plus on more div. Inside that div, let's have a p tag and below that on more p tag. Hit enter. Image source will be image/review1 and the world will be review image. Inside this p tag, let's say John Doe and in here let's say designer. Let's go into the icon.txt file. Let's copy this icon and below that div, let's paste it here. Now save it. Let's add some style. First I want to add the background color. So I will scroll up. Let's target this section tag. Give it a class equal to bg-primary color light. I want to add some padding with py-20. Save it and you can see the background color. Now I am going to target this div. In here let's say py10. Then I am going to target this div. So give it a class equal to display will be flex direction column gap 5 bg-primary color. Border radius will be rounded. Select the large one. And finally I want to add some padding with p-6. save it. I will scroll down. Let's target this div. Give it a class equal to display will be flex and item center. Give it here a class equal to, I want to add some width with w-12 and height h-12 and border radius will be 50%. So let's say rounded full. Now save it. Next in here let's say class equal to, I want to add some margin left with ml-2. Let's target this paragraph. Give it a class equal to, font family will be Oswald, text transfer will be uppercase. Give it here a class name equal to paragraph. Now save it. I want to increase the font size of this icon. So in here let's say text-4XL and text color will be secondary color and finally ml-auto. Now save it. Now the review card is looking very nice. Let's copy this list item and paste it below 4 more times. I will scroll up. In here image source will be review-2. This one will be 3. This one will be 4. And finally this one will be 5. Below that UL tag, let's have a div with the class name of sweeper-pagination. Hit enter. Now save it. Now I want to add animation. So let's go into the sweeper documentation here. I will scroll down. And then as you can see initialize sweeper. I am going to copy this code. I will scroll down and below that let's have a script tag and inside that script tag paste that code right here. We don't need this property, so I am going to remove it. Also we don't need this. Now this sweeper class is coming from here and also this sweeper pagination class is coming from here. Now save it. Let me look at the actual design and you can see the pagination. I want to add more properties of the sweeper. So let's go to the API page. I will scroll down. Let's copy this property and paste it here. In this case space between will be 30. Again I will scroll down. Let's copy this autoplay property and paste it below. Delay will be 3 seconds. Below that let's say disable on interaction will be false. I will scroll down. Let's copy this breakpoint property and paste it below. In our case in here let's say 640 pixel, that would be 640 pixel. In here let's say 768 pixel and finally in here let's say 1024 pixel. We don't need this space between property, so I am going to remove it because we already mentioned it up here. In here let's say slides per view will be 1, in here will be 2 and finally in here will be 3. Inside that pagination object I will add one more property. Let's say clickable will be true. Now save it. Let me look at the actual design. Now it's looking good. I want to add more property. So below that pagination let's say grab cursor will be true. Now save it. Now I can grab them. Also on our mobile screen it's looking nice. So in this position our review section is complete. Now let's focus on the contact section. I will scroll up and in here let's have a section tag with the ID of contact. Inside it let's have a div. Inside that div let's have one more div Inside that div, let's have an h2 tag plus a paragraph tag. Hit enter. Let's copy this title and paste it here. Let's copy this paragraph and paste it right here. Below that div, let's have one more div. Inside it, let's have an input tag plus an anchor tag. Hit enter. Input type will be email. Placeholder will be email address. In here, let's say subscribe. Let's go into the icon.txt file. Let's copy this icon and paste it here. Now save it. You can see our raw content. Let's add some style. I am going to target this section tag. Give it a class equal to bg-secondary color. I want to add some padding, so let's say py-16. In here, give it a class equal to container. Display will be flex direction column, gap 5. For medium screen and up, items will be center and flex will be row. Save it. Let's target this div. Give it a class equal to, I want to add some space vertically, so let's say space dash y dash 4. For the medium screen and up, flex 1. Let's target this title. Give it a class equal to section title. Text color will be black color. Let's target this paragraph. Give it a class equal to text will be sm. Now save it. Now I want to target this div. So in here, let's say class equal to display will be flex direction will be column, gap 3. For the medium screen and up, flex direction will be row and flex 1. I am going to target this input. In here, let's say class equal to, I want to add some padding with p-2. Text color will be black color, rounded LG, outline none, and for the medium screen and up, width will be full. Now save it. Finally, let's target this anchor tag. Give it a class equal to display will be flex, align items will be center, so let's say item center, justify content center, so let's say justify dash center, gap 2, btn. Then I want to add background color, so let's say bg dash black color, and I want to add some hover effect, so let's say hover colon opacity 0.75 pixel. Now save it. Now it's looking very nice on the mobile screen and also on the large screen. So in this position, our contact section is complete. Let me look at the reference design. Now we can focus on our footer section. So inside this footer tag, let's have a section tag with the class name of footer. Inside it, let's have a div with the class name of container. Inside it, let's have an UL tag with the class name of grid. Grid calls on items start, gap 5, pb-5. For the medium screen and up, grid calls will be 2. Hit enter. Inside that UL tag, let's have a list item. Inside it, let's have a div with the class name of space dash y dash 3. Inside it, let's have an anchor tag with the class name of text dash 4xl, font Oswald, and text transform will be uppercase. Inside it, let's say bird and then span tag guard. In here, give it a class equal to text will be secondary color. Below that a tag, let's have a paragraph tag with the class name of text extra small. Let's copy this paragraph and paste it here. Now save it. Let's go into the actual design and you can see the burger and the paragraph. Below this list item, let's have on more list item. Inside it, let's have a div with the class name of flex column and gap 3. Inside it, let's have an h3 tag with the class name of text large, uppercase, and font will be Oswald. Hit enter. Let's copy this title and paste it here. Below that h3 tag, let's have an anchor tag with the class name of text extra small. Let's add some hover effect. Text will be secondary color. And we want to add 4 anchor tags. So in here, let's say asterisk and then 4. Hit enter. Let's copy this FAQ, paste it here. Let's copy this privacy policy and paste it here. Again, let's copy this term and condition, paste it here, and finally contact. Now save it and you can see our support area, which is looking good. Next, below that list item, let's have on more list item. Give it here a class equal to space dash y dash 8. Inside it, let's have a div with the class name of space y dash 2. Inside it, let's have an h3 tag with the class name of text lg. Text transform uppercase and font will be Oswald. In here, let's say phone. Below that h3 tag, let's have a paragraph tag with the class name of flex item center gap 2 and text extra small. Inside it, I want to add a phone icon, so let's go into the icon.txt file. Let's copy this phone icon and paste it here. Below that, in here, let's say +1 000 000 0000. Now I want to duplicate this div, so let's copy the entire div and paste it below. In here, let's say email. I want to change the icon. Let's go into the icon.txt file. I am going to copy this icon and paste it here. And in here, let's say burger.info email.com. Now save it. Now you can see our phone and email area. Now we want to change the color of this icon and also we want to increase the font size. So in here and here, let's say text large and text color will be secondary color. Now save it. Now this area is looking nice. Now let's focus on this address and follow us area. So let's duplicate this list item and paste it below. In here, let's say address. Let's copy this paragraph and paste it here. In here, let's say follow us. We don't need this paragraph, so I'm going to remove it. In here, I want to add a div with the class name of space dash x dash 3. Inside it, I want to add these icons. So let's go into the icons.txt file. Let's copy these 3 icons and paste it here. Let's add some styles for those icons. So text will be large, cursor will be pointer, and text color will be secondary color. I want to add some hover effect. So let's say hover : minus translate y1 is in, duration will be 200. Now save it. It's looking good, but we need to change the icon of this address. So I will scroll up and in here, let's say location dot. Now save it. Now you can see the location icon. Finally, we can focus on this copyright area. So I will scroll down, and below this UL tag, let's have a div with the class name of flex column, item center, border top, border color will be primary color, light. I want to add some padding horizontally with py-5. For medium screen and up, flex direction will be flex row, and justify content will be space between. So let's say justify between. Inside it, let's have a paragraph with the class name of paragraph. Let's copy this paragraph and paste it here. Let's duplicate this paragraph. Again, let's copy this paragraph and paste it right here. Now save it. Now it's looking nice. Now our footer section is looking very nice. Let's focus on large screen. It's not looking good. Back to our code. I will scroll up, and inside this UL tag, let's say for the large screen and up, grid columns will be 4. Now save it. Back in the browser. Now it's looking very nice. So in this position, our footer section is complete. Now we can focus on this scroll up button. When I click here, it takes me to the top and the button disappears. But when I scroll down, the button reappears. Now the question is, how does this work? Well, let's go to the inspect tool. Now select this scroll up button. Here is the anchor tag. Now if I scroll, you will see the bottom property changes where the ID is scroll up. Again, if I scroll down, as you can see, the bottom property is changing. Let's see again. To achieve that, we need to add JavaScript. Back to our code. First, I want to create a scroll up button. So in here, let's have an anchor tag. href will be hashtag. Give it a class equal to. Position will be fixed. Right 4. Bottom 4. I want to add background color. So let's say BG secondary color. Shadow is small. Display inline block. I am going to add padding horizontally and also vertically. Rounded full, text large, text color will be black color. I want to add Z index, so let's say Z-50, and then I want to add hover effect, so let's say hover : minus translate Y1, and then I want to add transition, so let's say is in, and duration will be 200, and inside this anchor tag I am going to add arrow up icon. So let's go into the icon.txt file. Let's copy this icon and paste it right here. Now save it. Back to our code. Let me look at the actual design. Here is the button. Now if I click on this button, it takes me to the top, but it happened quickly. Back to our code. Let's go into the input.css file, and inside this base object, let's say HTML, and then apply, and in here let's say scroll will be smooth. Now save it. Let's test this out. If I click on this icon, it's working smoothly. Very nice. Now I want to add JavaScript. Back to our code. Let's go into the index.html file. At first, in here I want to include bottom minus 50%. So let's say minus bottom and then 50%, that means half, which means the scroll button will disappear. Now save it. Now you can't see the button. Now I want to target this anchor tag. So to target this anchor tag, I am going to add an ID, and the ID will be scroll dash up. Now save it. Let's go into the main.js file, and right here I will say window dot add event listener, and the event will be scroll and then I am going to add a function called scroll up. Now let's create that function. In here let's say constant scroll up and then arrow function. First I want to target scroll up button, so let's say constant scroll up button equal to document dot get element by id and then scroll dash up, and this id is coming from here. Below that let's say if this dot scroll y greater than and equal to 250, then first I want to remove this utility class. So in here let's say scroll up btn, which is coming from here, dot class list dot remove and then minus bottom 50%. So this line will remove this utility class like this. Now let's duplicate this line, and in here I want to add bottom 4 utility class. Now this line will add this utility class just like this, but at the very first time I want to keep it like this. Else let's copy these lines and paste it right here, and here I want to add this utility class and remove this utility class. Now save it. Back in the browser, now you cannot see the scroll up button, but if I scroll down you can see the scroll up button right here, and if I click on it, it takes me to the top. Very nice. And I will do the same thing for the header section. That means if I scroll down you can see there is a border, and if I scroll up there is no border. So to achieve that, let's copy this entire code and paste it below. We need to change the function name. In here let's say scroll header, then we have to target the header section. So let's go into the index.html file. I will scroll up. You can see the header id in here, so let's copy this id. Let's go into the main.js file and paste it right here, and let's change it to header. In this case this dot scroll y greater than and equal to will be 50. Let's go ahead and change this scroll up button to header, which is coming from here, and in this case we need to add border bottom. Also we will add border color, so let's say border dash secondary color. Else we want to remove utility class, so let's copy this utility class and paste it right here, and this should be scroll header, so let's copy this function and paste it right here. Now save it. Now let's test this out. If I scroll down you can see the border, and if I scroll up there is no border. Very nice. As you can see on this website there is a moon icon over here. If I click on this moon icon, a couple of things will happen. The website will switch to dark mode and the moon icon will change to a sun icon. The dark class will be added to the HTML tag, and let's go into the application. As you can see, the dark mode will be set in the local storage. Again, if I click on this sun icon, it will turn the website back to light mode. The sun icon will change to a moon icon. The light mode will be set in the local storage, and finally the dark class will be removed from the HTML tag. To achieve those things, first I want to go to the Tailwind CSS documentation and search for dark mode. Now click on it. I will scroll down. As you can see, it mentions adding dark mode class inside the config file. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's copy this line back to our code. Let's go into the tailwind.config.js file. I will scroll up, and below that content property paste that dark mode property. Now save it and close it up. Additionally, we can include a utility class like this, and then we need to add JavaScript. So back to our code, let's go into the input.css file, and inside this body tag, in here let's say dark colon, and then I want to add background color, so let's say bg dash dark color, and this dark color is coming from here. Now save it. Next we have to add JavaScript, so let's go into the main.js file. I will scroll up, and in here first I want to target HTML tag, so let's say constant HTML equal to document dot query selector and then HTML. Below that let's target theme button, so let's go to the index.html file, and inside this header section I will scroll down. Here is the icon tag, so give it an ID, and ID will be theme-toggle. Now save it. Let's go into the main.js file. Now I am going to target that moon icon, so let's say constant theme button equal to document dot get element by ID, and then in here let's say theme dash toggle. Below that let's say theme btn dot add event listener, and the event will be click, then arrow function. First I want to add dark class inside this HTML tag, so in here let's say HTML dot class list dot add and then dark class. Next I want to change the moon icon to the sun icon, so let's say theme btn dot class list dot replace. Let's go into the index.html file, and let's copy this moon icon class and paste it right here. So we want to replace moon to sun, so in here let's say ri sunline, and finally I want to set dark mode in the local storage, so let's say local storage dot set item, and then mode comma mode will be dark. Now save it. Back in the browser, let's test this out. If I click on this moon icon, it switches to the dark mode. The icon changes to a sun icon. Let's go to the inspect tool. The dark class is added to the HTML tag, and finally the dark mode is set to the local storage. Very nice. Now if I reload it, the dark mode is gone. To solve this problem, we need to add if condition. Okay, let me show you what I mean. Up here below that theme button, let's say if local storage dot get item, in here let's say mode equal to dark, then I want to add these things. Let's copy these lines and paste it right here. Now save it, and you can see the dark mode. If I reload it, you will still see the dark mode. Very nice. Now what I am going to do is, when I click on this sun icon, it will turn the website back to the light mode, and the icon changes to the moon icon, and I want to set light mode to the local storage, and finally I want to remove this dark class from the HTML tag. So let's go ahead and do that. First I want to organize our code, so in here let's say constant dark mode equal to arrow function. Let's cut those lines and paste it right here. Now I want to call this function in here, so let's say dark mode. Similarly, let's get rid these lines and call the dark mode function. Let's go ahead and in here let's say if local storage dot get item mode equal to light, then I want to call dark mode function. Otherwise I want to run light mode function. Similarly in here let's say else we want to run light mode function. We don't have this function, so let's create it. I am going to copy dark mode function and paste it below. In here let's say light mode. We want to remove dark class from HTML tag. So in here let's say remove. Then we want to change the sun icon to the moon icon, and finally we want to set light mode to the local storage. Now save it. Back in the browser. Now click on it. Well, it's not working. Let's go to the inspect tool and then console. Okay, cannot access light mode before initialization. Back to our code. In here I am not going to be using arrow function, so I am going to remove it, and in here let's say function dark mode parenthesis and then curly bracket. Similarly in here let's say function light mode parenthesis and then curly bracket. Now save it. Let's try this again. If I click on this moon icon, it's working, and then if I click on this sun icon, it turns the website back to the light mode. Perfect. Now I want to add more CSS properties to the dark mode to make it look more attractive. First, let's focus on the navbar. Back to our code. Let's go into the index.html file. I will scroll up. In here let's say dark bg dash dark color. Let's copy this utility class and paste it right here. Now save it. Now our header is looking nice. I will scroll down. Let's focus on our promo cards. I will scroll down. In here and in here let's say dark bg dash dark color light. Now save it. Now it's looking very nice. I will scroll down. In here we should add a separator. So in our about section that should be separator. Now save it. Now you can see the separator. Very nice. I will scroll down. Let's focus on our menu section. I will scroll down. First I want to target this list item. So in here let's say dark bg dash dark color light. Now let's copy this utility class and do the same thing for each list item. I will scroll down. I want to target this list item. In here also I want to add bg dark color light. Also I want to add hover effect. So let's say dark hover and the background color will be secondary color. Now let's copy those utility classes and do the same thing for each list item. Now save it. Now our menu section is looking great. I will scroll down. Now let's focus on this review section. Back to our code. I will scroll down. Let's target this section tag. In here let's say dark bg dash dark color light. Let's go ahead and I will scroll down. Let's target this div. In here let's say dark bg dash dark color. Let's copy this utility class and do the same thing for each list item. Now save it. Now our review section is looking nice. The contact section already looks good, so we don't need to add any CSS properties. Now let's target our footer section. We need to change border color. I will scroll down, and in here let's say dark border dash dark color light. Now save it. Now our footer is looking good, and in this position our dark light mode is complete. Let me look at the reference design. Now we can focus on our active link. If I click on this About Us nav item, it turns secondary color and it takes me to the About Us section. Similarly, menu section, review section, contact section, home section. So let's do that. Back to our code. I will scroll down and in here I am going to add active link function. So let's say constant active link and then arrow function. First I am going to target each section tag. So let's say constant sections equal to document dot query selector wall, and in here let's say section. Similarly, I am going to target each nav link. So let's duplicate this line. Let's change it to nav links, and in here let's say dot nav __ link, which is coming from each anchor tag. Below that, let's say let current equal to home. Below that, I am going to target each section. So in here let's say sections, which is coming from here, and then I am going to target them individually by applying the for each method. And inside this for each method, let's say section arrow function constant section top equal to section dot offset top. Below that, let's say if this dot scroll y greater than equal to section top -60, then current will be section dot get attribute. In here let's say id. After that, I am going to target each nav link. So let's say nav links dot for each item arrow function. First I am going to remove text color from each link. So let's say item dot class list dot remove, and then in here let's say text dash secondary color. Then I want to add text color to the current section. So below that, let's say if item dot href dot includes current, which is coming from here, then I want to add secondary color. So let's copy this line and paste it right here, and then let's change it to add. And finally, let's say window dot add event listener, and then event will be scroll and the function name. So let's copy this active link function and paste it right here. Now save it. Let's copy this text color. Let's go into the index.html file, and at the very first time I want to add secondary color to the home link. So paste it here. Now save it. Back in the browser. Now let's test this out. If I click on this About Us section, it turns secondary color and it takes me to the About Us section. Very nice. Similarly, menu section, review section, contact section, home section, it's working perfectly. Let's go to the final design. Now I am going to add the animation. To achieve that, I am going to import scroll reveal library. So open up a new tab and go to the scrollrevealjs.org. Click on this guide button. Let's copy this script tag. I will scroll down and paste it right here. Now save it. I will scroll up. First, I am going to target home image. So I am going to add a custom class called home__image. Now save it. Let's go into the main.js file. I will scroll down, and in here let's say constant sr equal to scroll reveal, and then inside it let's say origin will be top, distance will be 60 pixel, duration will be 2.5 seconds, and delay will be 400. That means 0.4 second. Below that, let's say sr.reveal, and in here I am going to use that custom class. So let's say home __ image. Now save it. Let's test this out. I am going to reload the page and it's working. Now let's focus on this content section. Let's go into the index.html file, and in here I am going to add a custom class called home __ content. Now save it. Let's go into the main.js file. Let's duplicate this line and let's change it to home __ content, and then in here I want to add origin property. So let's say origin will be bottom. Now save it. Back in the browser, just reload the page and you can see the animation. Beautiful. Similarly, let's focus on our category section. First, let's go into the index.html file. I am going to add a class to each category card called category __ card. Let's copy this class name and save it. Let's go to the main.js file, and below that let's say sr.reveal and then the class name, that means category __ card, and then I want to add interval property. So let's say interval 0.3 second. Now save it and it's working. Similarly, we can create animations for the other sections. So back to our code. First I am going to add custom class. So let's target this card, and in here let's say promo __ card 1. Let's copy this class and paste it here, and in here let's say 2. Below that let's target about section. I am going to target image div. So in here let's say about __ img. Let's target the content. So in here let's say about __ content. Below that let's target the menu section. I will scroll down and give it here a class equal to menu __ items. Let's go ahead and target the review section. In here let's say customer __ review, and finally I am going to target footer. We already have the footer class, so we don't need to add any class. Now save it. Let's go into the main.js file. First I am going to target promo section. So let's copy this line and paste it below. In here let's say promo __ card -1, and the origin will be left. Let's duplicate this line. In here let's say promo card 2, and let's change it to right. Below that I am going to target about us section. So let's duplicate this line. In here let's say about __ img, and the origin will be bottom. Let's duplicate this line. In here let's say about content, and the origin will be top. Next I am going to target menu items. So let's duplicate this line, and in here let's say menu __ items, origin will be left. Next customer review. So in here let's say customer __ review, and the origin will be right. And finally I am going to target footer. So in here let's say footer, and let's delete this property. Footer will be using our default properties, that means these properties. Now save it. Back in the browser, reload it, and you can see the animation. Now we are going to learn how to deploy a website to Netlify. So open up a new tab and go to netlify.com website. Netlify is a cloud-based platform that allows you to deploy and manage static websites quickly and easily. Create a Netlify account. I already have an account. Once you have logged in, you will be taken to the Netlify dashboard. Click on this Site tab. Now we have to drag and drop our burger website folder. To deploy our burger website on Netlify, we need to make some changes to the file structure. Initially, we will move the index.html file from the source folder to the root folder. Additionally, the image folder, input.css file and main.js file will also be moved to the root folder. Since we don't need the source folder anymore, we will delete it. Also, we don't need this node modules folder, so I am going to delete it. One final thing we have to do is, let's go into the tailwind.config.js file. We don't need this source folder, so let's remove it. Now save it, open up terminal and press Ctrl C. Now type npm run watch. Okay, we are getting error. Let's go into the package.json file. We don't need this source folder anymore, so let's delete it. Now save it and type again npm run watch. Now click on this go live button. Now our website looks good. So we are ready for deployment. Now I am going to drag and drop our final folder inside here. Now click on this open production deploy button and there you go. We have successfully deployed our burger website on Netlify. Now we can change our URL. So let's go into the Netlify website. Now click on this options button and then deploy settings, then domain management. I will scroll down, click on this options and then edit site name. Let's change it to lightcode burger website. Now save it and you can see our new URL. Just click on it and you can see our new URL. So in this position our website is complete. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up and hit that like button. Your support means a lot to me. Also, I would love to hear your thoughts and feedback in the comment section below. Let me know what you liked about the video or if you have any suggestions for the future content. If you have not already, I highly encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. By subscribing, you will stay updated with all the latest videos. Just click that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks again for watching and supporting my channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. See you in the next video.